the past week, some Abia State government officials have taken turns to visit the Enugu office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to explain their roles in the management of the 22 billion naira Paris Club payment. A letter dated May 25, 2021 and signed by Oshode Johnson, the zonal head of the agency's Southeast Zone, gave the names of Philip Untold and Obina Oriaku, who served as Commissioners of Finance and Economic Development in 2014 and 2015 to 2019 respectively in the state, as some of the invitees. The letter, which was addressed to the Secretary to the State Government of Abia State, Chris Ezem, said it was imperative that the two former commissioners were invited to make certain clarifications regarding some financial transactions in the state within the period of their stay in office. The invitation was sequel to a petition written by one Dr. Maurice Walton of Maurice Walton Nigeria Limited, alleging that the state government deliberately held back their consultancy fee of the 22 billion naira Paris Club payment since 2017. Well, the invitees responded accordingly and were generous enough to share their experience after the visit to Enugu. Before then, we decided to confirm if the state government was truly aware of the invitation, and our guest was the Commissioner for Information, Chief John Okiyikalu.
Yeah, thank you very much. Since 2015, when he became governor of Abia State, Dr. Ikpeazu made it clear that one, there are statutory agencies responsible for probes and such things, including EFCC, ICPC, and CCB. Two, he said clearly that all those serving under him must prepare to defend their record of service at all times without exception. He believes that when you are called upon to explain how you manage state resources, that you should be able to clearly state and defend yourself, because he's a stickler for due process. He has zero tolerance for corruption. I'm glad that in one of the communications I saw, someone said that the governor said that state funds is Indoseed. If you know what Indoseed is, it's rat poison, ogwoke. That nobody should dare go near state funds. And if there are people that didn't understand the ramification of that statement, I'm sure they now know the ramification of the statement of the governor. Abia money must be used to work for the people of Abia State and not for any other purpose. And indeed, we are happy because we know that EFCC has the resources to ensure, diligent probe, forensic probe, and all we are asking is that at the end of the probe, they should make whatever is their finding public. Regarding the subject matter of Paris Club reform, I want to say to the people of Abia State that as far as Abia State government led by Dr. Ikpeazu is concerned, we manage their resources prudently. And we are not against anybody making inquiries in that regard. Let me also say that this administration was commended by Nigerian Governors Forum because of the prudent and innovative management of the resources. This administration was also commended by ICPC, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Offences Commission, for the way we managed the Paris Club that came to Abia State.
I was going to take you on that, Honorable Commissioner, because it's shocking. The administration was commended by ICPC, in fact, giving an award for judicious use of that Paris refund. And Nigeria's Governors Forum, it was published in the dailies, commended Abia State Governor for judicious usage of that Paris Refund Club. And this same Paris Refund Club refund is still generating furore. It is a subject of discussion now.
It is good for people to discuss prudence in management of government finance. Look, Michael, I see nothing wrong with asking questions. Questions bordering on due process. Questions bordering on transparency. Absolutely nothing wrong. The governor, who is our leader, made it clear that all of us must be prepared, to shed light. When they said serving government officials were invited, I am aware that in his capacity as the Accountant General of the state, it is very possible that the AG will have to go to present relevant documents because, for instance, Oriaku is no longer in government. He may not have...
it was during his tenure that
but he might not
released.
have access to the critical documents required to show how the resources were managed.
Okay.
So the best person that will likely be there to do justice will be the Accountant General. It doesn't necessarily mean an indictment on the Accountant General or any other person so far. We expect diligent examination from EFCC. Hopefully, at the end of that examination, they will make public their finding. This is also a way of saying to others who are still serving, if you are called upon to defend your record of service, this administration will not protect you.
Okay, apart from the current Accountant General of Abia State, Mr. Kelechi Imiore, that you mentioned was invited, who were others that have been invited?
I am aware that the former Commissioner for Finance was also invited. You see, the locus of the issue, forget the politicization.
The former commissioner, in the person of who?
Philip Untold.
Oh, okay.
Forget the politicization. People want to get back at their enemies or political adversaries. The locus of the issue is around a contractual agreement between a consultant and the state government. Now, that agreement was reached before the emergence of the administration of Governor Ikpeazu. That agreement was not executed by that administration. Whether somebody is talking about 50% agreed to be paid or not to be paid, that administration did not pay. So
I'm happy you're going to the specifics now.
Yeah, that administration did not pay. See, government enters into all kinds of agreements and MOUs. If at any point in time it becomes necessary to dump any as a result of any number of reasons, the government will dump that agreement. Every government, if I tell you the number of agreements the Ministry of Information reached on different projects, either because of timeliness, either because of new information coming out with regards to cost, we dump it. I think that what happened was that some persons wanted to get back at their political enemies.
Using EFCC?
No.
Okay.
In terms of what they said regarding the invitation. What they said regarding the invitation amounted to, maybe this is my chance to get back at Mr. John Okikalo, who previously had issues with me. Otherwise, I do not think that there should be all this hoopla around that invitation. Let me say this. On regular basis, in all states of the Federation, government officials go to EFCC to give proper account where necessary. What is required is that transactions follow due process. I do not even think that any of those invited, that's their first time of going to the EFCC. I don't believe it's their first time of going to the EFCC.
This one is generating a lot of noise, especially on the social media.
Why it's generating a lot of noise is because maybe someone made a mistake. Maybe someone felt, I need to explain myself, and then said some things around which the noise was generated. Otherwise, it is routine as far as I'm concerned. Now, such invitations are routine invitations that
Honorable Commissioner
must all attend to.
This week, Inside Abia. Join us every week on This Week, Inside Abia, as we keep you abreast of the happenings from the 17 local government areas of Abia State. This week, Inside Abia. On Flow FM's YouTube channel, giving you exclusives on politics, business, economy, social issues, and many more as it concerns the God's own state. This week, Inside Abia. Subscribe to Flow FM TV on YouTube to join this program weekly. This week, Inside Abia. This is God's own state.
Dr. Philip Untold is currently the provost of the Abia State College of Education, Technical Oriaku, and former commissioner for finance, he was on ground when the negotiation for the Paris Club refund was done.
My involvement is at the commissioner for finance when the contract was given to the consultant. So I signed the engagement letter. I supervised the process where he was selected and the job given to him. So EFCC saw the letter which he attached in the petition, and they invited me to clarify the procedure that was adopted. And I clarified that, and they were satisfied with my explanation. So that was what happened.
All right. Well, how many consultants were engaged during that period?
Yeah, I made it clear to the EFCC. Only one was given the job. Only one consultant was awarded the job. And if you check the things that are trading online, you see that only one engagement letter was seen in the internet. No other letter. Only one award letter, the one signed by me. So it's not in dispute that only one consultant was given the job.
Now, the matter in dispute again now, Doctor, is the issue of the percentage given to the consultant. Now, a particular percentage was given to one consultant, then another particular percentage given to another consultant, totaling 50%. Now, for the same job.
That cannot be true. That cannot be true. There is no way you can give a consultancy job to two persons at the same time. Not possible. Only one consultant does the job. And if you, from what you said, you saw the invitation letter that was extended in the internet. And the same letter, you also saw the engagement letter and the percentage that was given to him. So that was what he was supposed to get after doing the job. And that was what he agreed with my ministry, that would be paid to him.
Interesting. Doctor, just for record purpose, what was the percentage agreed with the consultant that was given that job?
From the letter that is trending on the net, is 30%. You know, I'm no longer the commissioner for finance, and I don't have the opportunity of going through the file. So I'm only reacting based on the letter that was signed by me, photocopy of the letter that is trending on the net. What is in that letter is 30%. That was what the consultant agreed with Abia State government through my ministry, the ministry I headed then.
Immediate past Commissioner for Finance, Oriaku, was also on hand to share his experience with the anti-graft agency in Enugu, and clarifications on the issue relating to the matter was made.
Well, it's important I come on air to clarify some of these issues. I'm sure a lot of people know me for not giving to propaganda. I say things the way they are, and then I still stand by every bit of what I said in that my story, the ordeal in EFCC. Nobody wrote it for me. I sat down and wrote that, and so I stand 120% on what I wrote. Now, on Dr. Philip Untold, I don't begrudge him, and then you don't also expect him to say otherwise. But the important thing is that he alluded to the fact that he was a commissioner from 2013 to May 2015 when we took over. But the issue in question happened in 2011. So the question is, who was there in 2011? I understand that Right Honorable Sam Onibo has just been invited by EFCC to come and lay credence to what happened in 2011. So there's nothing to worry about. All these things will play out clearly before Abians. And I must tell you that the current EFCC now is not what we used to know before. Even from the gate, you will know. They are very polished, polite, focused. They know what they're looking for. So when I said that the state appointed 2 consultants, I stand by it. Ziplon was made a consultant. Maurice Watson was made a consultant. And unfortunately, I get angry when people try to derail or people try to take away the focus of what we are doing. Especially when you know that this particular matter has demonstrated how our state was run and the need for us to rescue and reclaim our state. Now, it may interest you to know that Enugu State never paid a dime to any consultant. I took our time to call my colleagues when we served. If you know the history very well, when this Paris Refund stuff started, all states, many states were...
So are you saying it's wrong for state of government officials to say that all states engaged consultants and it was based on percentage?
It is wrong. It is wrong. It is totally wrong. I am going to mention names here. I know I'm on air, and that is also to drive home my message that what I'm saying, you can verify it and reconfirm it. We are about the only state that paid that consultancy fee, or that, had that kind of arrangement of paying consultancy fee. I'm not even talking about the percentage this period. I'm telling you that Enugu State never paid, except the one Governors Forum paid at Abuja. If you remember very well, that period, there were issues with many states, and what the Governors Forum did was now to take over the consultancy job, which of course is the major man there, Ned Nwoko and some other people. Now, every state paid a particular amount based on what you got from the Paris Club to that central post of the Governors Forum. Now, we also know some states came back and complained that, sorry, we had already engaged local consultants. What do we do? The Governors Forum told them to just try and sort out with your people as low as 1%. But I want to read it out that Enugu never paid. Imo State, Honorable Binam Batam was a commissioner. I just called him. He said, as far as he's concerned, the state never paid unless the then governor paid at his back, but nobody paid anything. I called Ebonyi. Ebonyi said, yes, they had consultants. That's Dr. Kumankama. That's the commissioner there. He said that they had some consultants were dumped at them. Midway, they asked them to go, that they didn't pay anything, except after the funds came in. There was pressure on the governor because those guys started going around to all the people that knows the governor that, sorry, we worked and he refused to pay us. The man gave them 40 million. That's the only thing. Everybody went home. Even Akwa Ibom, I referenced. My colleague in Akwa Ibom, who is still incidentally the current commissioner of finance, said that money came in 3 tranches, that they only paid that one first, which of course wasn't up to 5%, and that was the end.
Now, some of the issues on ground now, Chief Obinna Oriaku, is that when you were the commissioner, the money that was meant to be paid to Welton, or one of the consultants, was not paid. Are you confirming that this evening? Will you have given me a pat on the back for paying 30%, when I know my colleagues in some states never paid, some that paid between 2 to 3%? I never paid it. The pressure was there. The blackmail was there. And even the inducement also came. But Obinna Oriaku refused to pay until he left office. Now, it may interest you to know that we have a matter in court. This matter has been in court in the last over 1 year. Maurice Watson took the state to court. As I talk with you, the Attorney General is in Abuja. The Accountant General is in Abuja over the matter. And judgment is about being given. But because we work in silos in Abia, no coordination, nobody knows what he's doing. That is why the House of Assembly today set up a committee. By the House rules, you can't set up a committee in a matter that is already in a federal high court, not any high court. So that committee is already dead on arrival. If it is a means to change direction, make the gullible Abians to believe as if somebody is after somebody. Let's not use that word, gullible Abians. I believe no Abian is gullible.
Okay, you are not gullible, but there are some that are gullible.
No, not at all. No Abian is gullible.
Okay.
Let's not use that word.
No
Very
problem,
important.
no problem.
All right, Chief. So,
no problem.
Okay.
So, but the important, what I'm saying is that, as far as I'm concerned, I respect the House of Assembly, but I'm sure they are not aware that already this matter has been in court for the past 1 year. That the state has been, that as a matter of fact, they're expecting judgment. So you can't set up a committee on a matter that is already in court. It's against the House rules. So if it was a device to take away attention, sorry, that one has failed.
The last may not have been heard about the matter, as the Abia State House of Assembly has set up a committee to look into the issues relating to the Paris Club refund and roles.
This week, Inside Abia. Join us every week on This Week Inside Abia as we keep you abreast of the happenings from the 17 local government areas of Abia State. This week Inside Abia. On Flow FM's YouTube channel, giving you exclusives on politics, business, economy, social issues, and many more as it concerns the God's own state. This week Inside Abia. Subscribe to Flow FM TV on YouTube to join this program weekly. This week Inside Abia. This is God's own state.